Couple of quick questions. I appreciate the time. What are the things that you're doing on the car that you will drive? Are you doing the suspension parts, or what are you working on? What on the car that you will drive will have your hands on it?
Pretty much, I'd say 60% of the car. Definitely have a big part of all the suspension parts, the racks, the steering, help install the motor, the seat interior, rear suspension, like all of it, basically. You know what I mean? I don't really have anything to do with the body hanging and things like that, but all the mechanical stuff of it, I'll have a part in.
And I'm assuming you've sat in the car, or at least the shell of the car at some point, at this point. And if
Yeah.
so, what, look, you're a racer, you've seen that view from a viewpoint of the modified and other vehicles that you've raced. But what was it like to sit in the car, maybe for the first time, or was there anything that's hit you in this process of like, wow, this dream is coming true?
Well, here at RWR, I drive our race cars on the chassis dyno every Friday. So I sit on them quite a bit. But this one's a little bit different because I know that this is actually a race car that I'm going to go into battle with. So it's pretty cool from that side of it to just sit in it the moment that, hey, I'm actually going to get to race this one.
I wanted to ask you about hooking up with Rick Ware and the status of that team, what you found there, what it's been like for you. We're going to talk to Rick Ware next. What about that team?
So a little tidbit of information there is like myself and Rick and my brother, we've been friends, goes back for 30 years, I would say 25 at least. When Rick was racing himself years and years ago, me and my brother were young and just trying to work on race cars and do things that we could to race our cars. So we would help Rick out and actually worked for Rick some. And then when I departed from RFK, Rick and Robbie offered me a job here at RWR to work full time, and it's like home to me. Like it is really a good place to work. Rick and Robbie and Craig and Ken, everybody here, Tommy, all the people are super. Got a great group of guys out here working on race cars. It's a bunch of racers here building race cars to go compete, and that's what I am. So I fit right in here, right at home, and it's really been a blessing to me to be part of RWR, and then just to get the opportunity to drive for Rick and Lisa and the whole Ware family is it is just unbelievable to me, honestly.
Going to be fun to watch you race. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Claire. Let's go on over to Kelly Crandall. Hello, Kelly.
Hello, Dan. Hi, Tim.
Hey,
I want to go back to what you said there about the initial conversation when it came up with Rick to do this. Can you walk us through how did this come about? And did you ever think that an opportunity to run a cup car, let alone at Bowman Gray, where you have so much history, did you think that ever would be possible?
I didn't. I'll be honest with you. Once I turned about 30 years old, I kind of gave up on my dream of my lifelong dream of being a cup driver, just because I'd seen that transition to where one, you either had to be 12 or 13 years old and get signed, or two, you had to, have big money to pay an owner to let you drive. Um, so I'd already given up on that dream, but I actually think it was a text that Rick sent me. He's like, "Hey man, did you hear that the Clash might go to Bowman Gray next year?" It's like, what? And then Rick was something like, "Man, if it happens, we'll see what we can do to get you in the car." And then I was like, "Heck yeah, how cool would that be?" And when finally the announcement was made that the Clash was coming to the stadium, I think Rick and Robbie were the first ones to call me that night or text me or something, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna make this happen." And I was like, "Heck yeah!" So naturally, I want to go tell everybody, right? But you can't. So it's been tough. And I tell you, the hardest part of this for me has been keeping, because I've known about it for a while, right? Rick and Robbie and everybody's been working so hard behind the scenes to put this together for me, and we've had a bunch of conversations, but to even keep it from my wife and my kids and my brother and my race team and like influential people in my life that I really care about, that's the hardest part of it, right? Like, because you love these people so much and you want to be able to share everything with them. And when it come out, I've had people come, it's like, "Man, I thought we were tight. Why didn't you tell me this?" Like, couldn't I? You know what I mean? So it's been a really cool experience so far, and I can't thank Rick and Lisa and everybody at RWR enough for this opportunity.